Behind the velvet rope, the truth about the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta reunion is way darker and more twisted than anything fans ever saw on TV. While the audience at home waited for another explosive reunion episode, the real chaos was brewing where the cameras couldn't fully catch it. In that cramped, echoing green room, you could cut the tension with a knife. Bambi sat in a corner, her phone clutched so tightly her knuckles turned white, nervously refreshing her DMIs and side-eyeing every move Rashida made. Across the room, Scrappy tried to crack jokes with the crew, but his laughter sounded forced, like he was just trying to drown out the whispers and rumors swirling all around him. In the air hung a thick, unspoken fear nobody trusted anybody. There were last-minute alliances forming in quick, desperate whispers, and friendships dissolving in seconds, all for a little leverage once the real drama began. Producers darted in and out of the room, trying to calm everyone down, their walkie-talkies buzzing with frantic updates. "If she starts swinging before we even roll, we're done," one whispered to another, panic in his eyes as Spice started raising her voice, her patience clearly wearing thin. Every glance, every word, every sigh felt like it was setting off another landmine. As the countdown began and the reunion was about to go live, the cast was barely holding it together. Yandy pulled her jacket tighter, shooting worried looks at Erica Mena, who was already on edge. Someone mumbled about a leaked text thread, and suddenly, the whole room seemed to shift. Side glances turned to open stares, and you could feel alliances breaking apart just as quickly as they were made. Producers were desperately trying to mic everyone up, but nobody was really listening. Everyone was too busy plotting their own next move. The tension was so thick that when the stage manager yelled, "Places," everyone jumped like they'd heard a gunshot. The whole reunion was seconds away from unraveling before it even began. When the cameras finally rolled, the on-screen drama was nothing compared to what was really happening in the shadows. Fans at home had no idea that right before their favorite cast members strutted out under the hot stage lights, there had already been screaming matches and threats thrown around backstage. Bambi was seen pacing in the hallway, muttering to herself, "If she brings up my name, it's over." Scrappy pulled a producer aside, quietly begging, "Please don't put that footage in. My family can't handle more drama." But the producers just smiled and told him, "Don't worry, we'll handle it," knowing full well they needed every bit of chaos for ratings. Just as the cameras caught the first round of drama on stage, a huge argument erupted behind the scenes. Spice stormed out of her dressing room, her heels clicking like gunshots as she threw open the door. She had just found out that Erica Mena had been talking about her kids, something no one was supposed to bring up. Security leaped into action, blocking her path as Erica tried to slip out the side door. In the chaos, someone knocked over a table, and a glass shattered on the floor, sending everyone scrambling. Producers screamed for security to get it under control, but it was like trying to stop a hurricane with an umbrella. Even the show's own camera crew put their equipment down, eyes wide as they watched the realest fight of the night happen just a few feet away from the official set. Back on stage, the cast tried to pretend like everything was normal. Yandy dabbed at her tears with a tissue, forcing a smile for the audience, while Rashida clapped back at Bambi with lines that sounded rehearsed but cut deep. But in reality, their voices were shaking and their hands were trembling. The viewers at home thought it was just another fight for ratings, but what they didn't see was Bambi mouthing, "I'm done" right before the commercial break, or Scrappy looking offstage with tears in his eyes, desperate for it all to stop. The most shocking part was the near-physical fight that never aired. Spice lunged at Erica Mena after a comment crossed the line, and it took 3 security guards to hold her back. The whole cast froze as the two women screamed at each other, their words echoing off the studio walls. The cameras kept rolling, but producers quickly cut the feed, knowing that if the footage ever saw the light of day, the network would be in serious trouble. After that, nobody trusted the process. Bambi ripped off her mic and threw it at the ground, storming off stage and yelling, "I'm not your puppet. I'm not going to fake another tear for this show." While the rest of the cast sat in shock, producers scrambled to keep the reunion going. They begged Bambi to come back, promising to protect her, but she wasn't having it. In the green room, she was seen with her head in her hands, breathing hard, as her phone blew up with texts from friends and family watching the chaos unfold live on social media. Meanwhile, the other cast members huddled in small groups, some comforting each other, others plotting how to use the drama to their advantage. In a corner, Yandy tried to hold back tears, saying, "They don't care about us. We're just here to make a mess for the cameras." Erica glared at her reflection, fixing her makeup with trembling hands, muttering, "If that clip leaks, I'm finished." During every commercial break, the mic'd-up cast members would let their guards down, thinking they were finally off the record. But hot mics picked up everything, every insult, every secret, every confession they thought would stay private. Scrappy was overheard saying, "Man, I can't stand half these people. I'm only here because I need the check." In another corner, Erica confessed to a close friend, "That fight wasn't real. The producers told me to push her buttons." One of the biggest bombs dropped during a break when Rashida admitted she and Yandi had made a secret alliance before the taping, but it fell apart the minute things got personal on stage. The truth was, nobody was really friends anymore. It was every man and woman for themselves, and the cameras had only scratched the surface. The most jaw-dropping secret came out by accident. An overheard conversation between two cast members revealed a secret relationship that could destroy two marriages if it ever got out. Whispers of cheating, lies, and backstabbing filled the air. But producers quickly swooped in, deleting footage and shutting down any talk that could get the show in legal trouble. But it was too late. The rumor mill had started, and nothing could stop it now. By the end of part 1, the reunion was already in ruins. Friendships had shattered, trust was broken, and every cast member knew the real story was never going to make it to air. What happened backstage was bigger than any storyline the producers could script. The real drama was finally coming out, and nobody would ever look at the show or each other the same way again. The chaos that erupted during the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta reunion didn't fade when the cameras turned off. If anything, it grew even uglier, the raw nerves and bruised egos leaking out into every corner of the studio and far beyond. Bambi sat in a deserted hallway, her breath shaky and shallow, still reeling from what had just happened. Her phone buzzed relentlessly, messages from fans, fake friends, and people she hadn't heard from in years. "Are you okay? Was that real? Did she really say that about you?" But the words blurred together, lost behind the roaring in her head. She didn't care about the gossip right now. She just wanted out. Yet, leaving wasn't so easy. The producers, desperate to keep the show from falling apart, hovered nearby. "Bambi, please, we can fix this. Just come back for one more scene," they pleaded, but she shook her head. "I'm done. I'm not going to break myself for your ratings." She meant every word. Meanwhile, in the main studio, the other cast members gathered in uneasy clusters, the air heavy with accusations and unfinished business. Rashida tried to calm Yandi, who was quietly sobbing, her voice barely above a whisper. "It's not your fault," Rashida said, though she barely believed it herself. Everything felt tainted, now the friendships, the alliances, even the rivalries. Erica Mena paced near the edge of the stage, her expression blank but her eyes burning with anger. She felt betrayed by everyone, by producers who promised to protect her, by castmates who leaked secrets, by the fans who only wanted more mess. She picked up her phone, hesitated, and finally texted her manager, "They're going to use this against me. Get my lawyer ready. Get my lawyer ready." Backstage, the fallout kept spreading. Security hovered by the green room doors, just in case another fight broke out. Producers huddled together, whispering frantically about what footage to cut, what to keep, what might get them sued. The reunion had spun so far out of control that even the most seasoned crew looked pale, like they'd just survived a storm. The air was full of tension, but there was another layer to fear. Fear that some secrets were too big to bury. Fear that the wrong clip would leak and ruin someone's life for real. During a break, Scrappy found himself alone with a boom mic dangling overhead. Forgetting that it was still hot, he leaned against the wall, exhaustion all over his face, and muttered, "I don't even know why I keep coming back here. None of these people are real. Not even me sometimes." The sound guy made a note but didn't say a word. In another room, Erica let her guard down for a split second, whispering to a friend, "I did what they told me. I played my part. But now it's just me who has to deal with the hate." Her voice cracked, and the pain was real. This wasn't the storyline fans would see on TV. This was the unfiltered, uncensored reality. As the dust settled, some cast members started to realize that nothing would ever be the same. Bambi finally emerged from her hiding place, her face streaked with tears but her posture hard as steel. She marched past producers, ignoring their desperate pleas, and walked out of the building without looking back. The silence she left behind felt heavier than any fight. Rashida sat quietly, replaying every word, every betrayal, every moment she wished she could take back. She knew the next season would be different if she even agreed to return. The real shockwaves started to hit when footage from the hot mics began to circulate within the production team. Personal confessions, secret alliances, and real feelings had all been caught on tape. Yandy's voice trembled in one clip. "I thought we were sisters. I really did. Now I don't even know who I am on this show anymore." In another, Scrappy admitted, "Half of this is fake. The pain though, that's real." There was even a whispered conversation that sent chills down everyone's spine, a hint of a secret relationship. One that could ruin reputations and break up families if it ever went public. The producers debated whether to bury it forever or use it for next season's biggest twist. Outside, the parking lot became the real stage for the reunion's aftermath. Bambi stood by her car, arguing loudly with a friend about whether she should even come back for the wrap party. Erica stormed out, cursing into her phone, while security trailed behind, making sure no more chaos erupted in front of the waiting paparazzi. Yandy hugged Rashida, both of them looking completely drained, as if the weight of all their secrets had finally become too much to carry. Meanwhile, inside, the producers held an emergency meeting. "We can't let all this get out," one insisted, but another argued. "This is the real show. This is what people want to see." They debated what to do with the footage, how to spin the narrative, and what could be salvaged for broadcast. The damage was done, but the opportunity for bigger ratings had never been clearer. Over the next few days, the fallout continued to spread online. Fans who watched the reunion felt like they'd missed the real story. Social media exploded with theories. Did Bambi really quit? What did Erica threaten to sue over? Was there actually a secret relationship? Blogs posted blurry photos of the cast leaving the studio, hashtags trended, and everyone wanted the truth. The cast tried to move on, but every text, every post, every rumor only pulled them back into the mess. Some cast members tried to do damage control. Rashida posted a carefully worded message. "Sometimes, reality TV gets too real. Just know, we're all human, and we all make mistakes." Yandy went silent, her Instagram story blank for days. Erica posted a selfie with a cryptic caption, "If you know, you know." Scrappy tried to laugh it off in a live video, but his eyes said he was tired of pretending. The producers, meanwhile, started to shape the narrative for the next season. They combed through hours of footage, looking for moments they could use to build new storylines. Some of the biggest secrets would never air, but others would become the backbone of next year's drama. Rumors of new cast members started swirling, alliances shifted behind closed doors, and the promise of even messier confrontations hung in the air. The cycle of reality TV, with its heartbreak and hope, its fake fights and real tears, would begin all over again. But for now, the cast was left to pick up the pieces. Bambi called her mom and cried for an hour, then wiped her face and started planning her next move. Rashida met with Yandy for coffee, the two of them talking quietly about whether it was worth coming back, whether any friendship could survive another season. Erica locked herself in her room, replaying every harsh word in her mind, vowing never to trust anyone from the show again. Scrappy spent time with his kids, grateful for the break from all the noise, and still, the questions lingered. Would these unseen moments ever truly be forgotten, or would they come back to haunt everyone when the cameras rolled again? Would the cast find a way to forgive, or was this the end of more than just the season? Only time would tell. But one thing was clear: nothing on TV would ever come close to the truth about what really happened behind the velvet rope. The world might think they saw it all, but the cast knew better. The secrets, the betrayals, the heartbreak, they would echo long after the reunion, changing lives and rewriting stories. And for the fans waiting for the next big twist, they'd have no idea just how much was still being kept from them. This was reality TV at its realest, rawest, and most unforgettable, and nobody who lived through it would ever be the same.